Hello, everyone. Hello. I'm doing way too many things at one time, but I really would like to get this little journal finished by the end of the year. And I still have some pages that need a little something, so I thought that I would work on this today while I chatted with everybody. And I did pull it out yesterday, the day before, I don't even know. It's all a blur. And I found the cover that it was in. I stitched it in, and then the pages were not thick enough, and it was hard to work in the book with this many pages. Hi, Vicky. So I did take the binding out so I could work on the signatures by themselves, which I'd like to do. And then I noticed that this cover, the inside of this cover, hello, Susan. It needs a cover, and I kind of would like to do something like I did before. So I was trying to grab the things that I used to do this piece of paper. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Margaret. So I need to make another piece of paper similar to this one, so the inside cover looks the same. And I think I might put pockets in the covers too, just to fluffen it up just a little bit. It's getting there. It's getting there. It's filling out. Hi, Tilda, Jennifer. Happy Tuesday, everyone. It is filling out. I am putting some things on the pages, so it's fluffening them up. Fluffening them? Yep. I speak English good. So I just need to relax a little bit and just have some fun, because I've been going full steam ahead after trying to get up this morning. It's cold here. It's cold. I know it's not anything near what those people up north are dealing with, but I'm a wimp and I'm cold. So that's what I want to do. I want to finish up some of these blank pages, and I think I might start. I had actually got some images out here to work on pages, but I think I'm going to put those aside for just a second, and without toppling everything over. One of the videos that I would like to do is I want to do a walkthrough of my room here so you can see all the piles, all the mess, see in detail what nonsense that I am allowing myself to work in. It's ridiculous. I'm going to shame myself into getting it organized. I'm kind of hoping I can get it organized before the new year. All right, so I used these two ink pads for the blue and the circle stamp. Hi, Vicky. Hi, Cheryl. Fluffening is another word for filling up. Yes, fluffening up. Fluffening up the pages. And then I have this wonderful green paint. This one, it's a matte paint. And I don't have it anymore. I liked it. I used it all up. But I do have the metallics. I'm thinking that this is that metallic, but I think that this is too dark. But anyway, it really doesn't matter if the cover front matches inside. It really doesn't. I just kind of want it to be in the same family somewhere. All right. So I need to just get a move on and start so I can fill up some pages and get it done. Tilda, I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. I was busy. I had other things I needed to do. Getting organized is a project for the rest of the year for you, Susan. I am not even going to go there. I can't find things. I've got things stacked on top of things. I can't find a bunch of stuff, and then I wonder where it's all gone off to. Yeah, that is exactly the color that I used. I love that. And you guys are horrible. Horrible. Jennifer, did I just not explain all the things that I have been doing? Did you not get the memo? Okay. In my defense, I was organizing some stuff. See, I can't even speak. I'm trying to do too many things at one time. And I should do that before I get my fingers all blue. I should show you what I found. I was organizing stuff. I was looking for something, and I found some Christmas ornaments that I had started some years ago. And I thought, you know what? You guys. All right. This is the deal, okay? I thought this is the perfect time to finish these few Christmas ornaments that I have started many years ago. And then I can get them up for sale, and they are for sale over here on Patreon right now. First come, first serve. There's only 13 of them. But let me show you what I did instead of Christmas cards. All right, just let me show you. Are you ready? Look, doesn't this look better than Christmas cards? Come on, look at those little faces. They want it to be all done up. They wanted to be all done up, and they want to find new homes. They're tired of living in a box, all unstuffed. Tilda. So that's what I did. I started putting the 13 that I had left over, putting those together so I could get them for sale, so I could get them out of their box and give me room for other stuff so that I'm going to organize them. I am not mailing them out. They are for sale over on Patreon right now. If there are any left over, I will be offering them to everybody else on YouTube. But see, that is the perk of being a Patreon person. Nope, there's no video. Nope, I am not hello Joey, I'm not doing these again. These are the last 13 that I will ever make. When they are gone, they are gone. I'm not doing them again. It's just not happening. And I've started doing this, so I want to continue on. I've got some painted papers for sale over there on Patreon too. And it was pointed out that I don't have very much purple. So, and I don't have a ton of blue. So since I've got blues going on right here, I thought that I would just start some other pages for that while I'm doing it. This is my fun time, right? This is fun time. So that's what I did instead of cards. I actually plan on doing the cards tonight. I am going to start them at least tonight. So the next time you see me, I should probably have them done. That is a lot of ink on here. That's a lot of ink. get it cleaned up. You like the videos? Thank you. So glad you're enjoying those. I should get this cover out of the way before I mess it up. Before I mess it up badly. I had a piece of paper here. Just use up that ink just a little bit. This blue always stays on my fingers forever. Oh well. All right, get that out of the way. And I guess I should get the other pages out of the way too. Let me put that up there so I don't lose that. Let me get these pages out of the way. Sorry. Can't wait to see the cards done. Uh-oh. I'm going to go back and see. Yeah, there is. Is it out of focus? Uh-oh. Am I frozen? Am I frozen? Are you guys frozen? Okay. Sorry. I was having trouble yesterday when I was doing my videos. The encoder kept freezing. I would be in the middle of a video and then all of a sudden there was no movement in the video. I have no idea what was going on. So let me put this up here a little bit so I don't get that wet or anything. And let me do some circles. Is it a bit out of focus? It shouldn't be. Hi, Missy. So Margaret is finishing up her Christmas cards, putting me to shame. Putting me to shame. Which is a good thing, but I really did need to get those little sheepies done and up for sale so they can find new homes so I don't have to keep moving them around. That was the main thing. I keep moving them. I don't have room for everything that I have. And that is exactly what's going on with me. I do not have room for all the junk that I have. And I did not use up as much stuff as I had hoped. That ink just really gets me. I didn't use up as much as I had hoped this past year or the year before. And I really didn't buy a lot of stuff. Maybe some napkins. I got a lot of napkins. I don't know. So, all right. So what's left on here is this green. I don't have anything. Let me get one of these papers out so I can test green. I don't have anything that's close to that color green. It's a nice, gosh, what is that? It's kind of it's a light green, but it's got, maybe if I mix some, I can get some of that. Oops, I didn't shake that well enough. So many projects, so little time. That is exactly right. Hi, Lou. Welcome, Lou. Get the focus sheet. Does that help? Okay. The paints here are a little fuzzy because they are bleeding. They're not crisp lines on these, in either of these. These are not crisp lines. That's probably why you see blurry. It's not really blurry. It just kind of looks blurry because of the way that I stamped and stuff. It's kind of watercolor-like. Uh-oh. All right, let's see. Let's see if that gets me closer to that color. Closer. Real close. Wow. That is very, very close. I think it needs to be just a tad bit more green, maybe just a drop. And I think that is pretty close to what it was. Like I said, I used up all that paint. All right, and then what I did, I guess I could do it on this page, but I guess I don't have to because I can see it. Anyway, I used this pouncer with that little bit of texture stuff here. Have I ever used latex paint instead of acrylics? I don't think I have. And that's all I did was put a little bit of that on the page. What's the difference between latex paint and acrylics? Maybe I need to try it. Let's use up all this. There we go. And now that is going to be all messy. See if I can get it kind of clean because I don't want it sitting here with acrylic paint on it for 2 hours. And I don't think it's going to fit in my water thing. And I don't have any place else to put it. I may have to go and find a I have to go clean this real fast, you guys, because I would like to be able to use this thing again. I don't want it to get all dry. Maybe if I just set it in this water here, it'll be all right. All right. And then what I did was stencil the metallic paints on top of it. So, let me get another palette out here. Buy the Oops paint. Oh, you mean great big huge things of paint? You mean like house paint? I don't have room for all that nonsense. I don't have room. And doesn't that require, like, IMH? Do you need, the little samples? See, I haven't even looked. I have no idea. So obviously I've never used them. Let's put a little purple down first. Find a sponge. Let's make sure I shook very, very well this time. I haven't used this metallic paints in such a long, long, long time, and I need a sponge. So you can buy them in little bits, and they okay, this would require actually finding the stencil that I used. You know, one of these days maybe I will figure out what I'm doing here. So you can buy little, it does need, so it doesn't need the paint thinner and all the chemicals and stuff, because I don't like that so much. Here I am supposed to be doing art journaling, and I'm ending up doing painty papers. What's wrong with this? What's wrong with this? It's kind of like me trying to do Christmas cards and ending up with sheep. How exactly does that happen? How exactly do I manage to do these things? It's water-based? I don't know if I use enough paint to justify buying more paint. I have quite a bit of paint. But maybe when I get some of this used up, it's starting to look pretty cool. Hi, Arlene. And let me do some, actually, since I've got purple on my sponge, and I've still got some purple paint here, and I can put a little bit more down. I can triangle some of these too. I have painted papers up for sale, and it was pointed out that I don't have any purples and hardly any blues. So here I am making painted papers. When I really shouldn't be. When I should be doing Christmas cards, right? They are cheap. But do I have room for them? No. I don't have room for what I have, and that is why I've been trying to organize my space so I can find the things I actually do have, and I know that I have. So I need to, number one, organize my space, and then number two, use up some of the things I have before I can consider getting anything new. I really, really need to start using what I have. I really do. Like the purple. I like the... So yeah, I desperately need to organize. I will. I'm going to be doing a video after I do the Christmas cards. I'm going to show you what I'm dealing with here. I'll do a walkthrough with my camera. I will show you the piles and the nonsense I have going on. I'll show you my workstation here and the setup I have for lights, which is horrible right now. So I'd have less shadows. I've got a shower curtain between me and the lights so that there's not a lot of shadow. If I take the shower curtain away, there's tons of shadow. It's hard to see what I'm doing. And it is kind of up there. It's messy. I just can't even, there's no nice way to say it. It looks horrible. It's messy. It's very messy. All right, so that's the last of the purple. Let's get it off my sponge. So I have to, I need to organize, and so I can find stuff, because I'm wasting too much time trying to find whatever it is and not getting a whole lot done. I am going to find another sponge to do the green. All right, put those aside. So I'm going to put that in the water, find another sponge, do some green, shake up the green. Shower curtain, yeah, but it's the whole length of my table here, plus some. And it does not allow me to use the top shelves here. I've got some cubbies. I'll show it to you in the video, but I've got cubbies that I keep a bunch of stuff in so that it's here when I want it. If I see it, I tend to remember to use it. If I don't see it, then it doesn't get used. And I'm going to put the triangles in the same, let me put another piece of paper underneath here so I don't get paint everywhere. In the same direction, triangles in the same direction. So I've got a bunch of cubbies that, have my ink pads and stamps and just all kinds of stuff here. I'll show it to you in the video. It'll be a short little video, and then I will show you. I might just take the time and not make videos for a minute, and maybe even not stream for a day, and just spend the time organizing. It needs to be done. I didn't, when I moved, I didn't really organize everything as well as I should have. Oh, and that reminds me. What are you guys talking about different kinds of paint? I did get some. Ooh, this would be the perfect time to experiment with that. I bought some really cheap glitter paints at Walmart. Don't expect them to be really fancy or really spectacular or any of that stuff. But I'm curious. I was curious, so I got some. They're little kid paints. They're nothing fancy. They're kid paints. Oh, look at how cool this is turning out. I like it. And it looks pretty close to the original. It looks pretty close. You bought glitter stuff at the Dollar Tree. So I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to cut a piece and glue it into the cover. And I may even try to figure out how to make some pockets. Now that I'm thinking about it, I should have done it the other way so I could make pockets. I might need another piece of this. Since I've got some of these done, I'm going to put that to the side and add some more. I'm going to do another one so that I have plenty of paper to do the cover, the back there, and to make pockets. So let me just make another one real fast now that I've got all the stuff out. So it's not a big deal, right? Not a huge deal. All right, so that was that, except I need some of this green again. Let me get another palette out. Let me get another palette out and do that again because I like the way that that looks. Sorry, I got quiet all of a sudden. Yeah, I need to, I would see, this is what I wanted to do. Okay, since I can talk and paint at the same time, right? Right, another little dab of this green. Make it just a tad bit greener. I had hoped to do a video of my finished projects for 2018. But when I started gathering stuff together or making a list of the things that I'd made, it ends up that I've sold most of it. And those few things that aren't sold are not quite finished. So it would be a really short video. I don't have a whole lot to show for 2018. Okay. Well, let me just stamp this stuff on. Oh, this was the paper I was supposed to be stamping on. Oops. Oops. See, I got distracted and forgot what paper I was doing. Yeah, we're talking about no matter how big your room is and how you've got it situated, you still don't have enough room. I know. But my problem right now is too much stuff. It really is. It's a major problem. I have too much stuff. There's no doubt. Too much. Way too much. Okay, so use the rest of that paint up. All right, put it back in the water. Put that back in the water. So I can get that cleaned up at the end. All right, so this is my extra piece. Let me wipe that off with a baby wipe. I don't usually waste all that paint, but I really don't have any place else to put it right now. All right, putting that to the side. And now I need to stencil. Let me stencil green this time first, since I've got the sponge out here to do it. Oh, fabulous, Lolly. Nice to see you. All right. So let me go ahead and stencil the green triangles. And then I'll get the purple out. It looks like I've got way too much green. So I'm going to pull out my underpaper signatures, use up some of this. Okay, and these are my underpaper signatures that I hardly used this past. Oh, see, I've got some of this green paint right here, not very much of it. Maybe I should find a different page. Oh, I think this was twinkling H2Os. Let me find another signature. And this is going to be a really interesting, here's some more of that green. It's going to be an interesting underpaper book. Let me find one that doesn't have the green paint in it already. Oh, that would be good there. All right. So let me just use up the paint. Oops. Let's not make a huge mess, please. Use up this paint. Just like that. Get it off the stencil a little bit. And off the sponge. There we go. How big is, I've got 2 underpainting books going right now. And one of them I had actually started, I think I started it last year. And this is just copy paper folded in half. So 8.5 by 11 or 5.5 when it's folded closed. And it's just a place where I put leftover paint, clean off stencils, clean off stamps. It's really messy, but after you get a lot of layers down, it turns out really, really cool. And I don't have my underpaper book handy. I think I was taking pictures of it last week. I think it's downstairs, so I can't show you, but I remember the project I did with those. Those are Inca Golds. Look how pretty that is. Look how pretty that is. It looks bigger. No, these are just regular copy paper sizes. So that's all I do with those and I have them up here so when I have leftover paint, I have some place to put the leftover paint, and there's quite a few signatures. So it's going to be a huge book when I get all the pages with stuff on them, because there's quite a few pages that don't have anything. There's acrylic inks. Uh-oh, guys, I'm going to choke. Give me a second. Sorry. Yeah. So when I've got quite a few pages that don't have anything on, I will be putting them into a book. So it'll be a big old fat book of color. And then I had so much fun with the larger size. The underpaper book that I have, and I believe there is a flip through video of it. It's only about that big, and maybe it's smaller, but it's not quite as small as this one. I had some leftover papers that I took out of a blank book, and so I sewed those into signatures. So I've got another little miniature, and it's not very far yet. I've got another little miniature book here started, and of course I haven't done a whole lot with it. But it started. Thank you. Thank you. I will come back on. The cold just does something to my throat, and I just need to be able to drink water every once in a while. And I do have a mic that's right here next to my mouth, so I'm sure drinking water would be, I'm sure it would sound horrible. So I'm saving you the sound of that. I just cough a little bit, I'm just coughing. I'll get my breath. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Vicky will call it in. So anyway, so I've got 2 underpaper books going, and I don't paint enough to fill them up. So that's where I was going with that. I don't paint enough to fill them up. So let me get this one out of the way. Get my purple sponge out. See, this is, I am a horrible, messy painter. That's all there is to it. I just make a mess. So let me put the purple triangles on this paper, and then I will set those aside so that I can cover the inside of the cover of that book, and everything looks like it belongs together. And I have enough paper to make pockets. I think pockets would be fun to put in there. I don't think this is the same purple that I used before. It looks better. It looks more purple. It looks more purple-like. Vicky will call it in. Oh, what I was saying is, there was a thing, my family had a thing. My Uncle Vern got hurt, and my aunt happened to be talking to my cousin on the phone at the time. And so it was pretty bad. And my aunt put down the phone so my cousin could hear everything that was going on. And she tried to call 911. And 911 would not go because the person that needs 911 needs to be the one to call. They won't go if somebody else calls for you. That was in Virginia. I'm sure it's one of those things that's all over the place, but they wouldn't go. She was freaking out because they wouldn't go. Okay. Which isn't helpful, I know. I'm sorry. All right, so let me use up that last little bit of paint on, purple leaves with purple metallic leftover paint on top. Actually, you know what? Let me just put another dab there so I can really get this page metalliced. I'm cheating a little bit. It's supposed to be just leftovers, but you know. Yeah, I know my cousin was like, "What do you mean? She's busy trying to revive my uncle. She can't call right now. Please send somebody over there." They couldn't. They wouldn't send anybody over. They would not send anybody. That you have to call for yourself. She was freaking out. They need an ambulance right now. Send them. Just verify it later. You know, you've got my address. It was horrible. My cousin, poor cousin. She did freaked out a little bit. That is really cool. I like that. And I feel like I've still got a little bit of paint to use up, so I'm just going to kind of push it out of the sponge a little bit. And this is what I do with this under paper. And then off the stencil. Yes, my cousin was not a happy camper. Just send somebody. People are dying here. And she usually gets her way when she puts her mind to it, and they would not send anybody. All right, I'm putting that in water so I can clean it later. That's quite a bit of purple paint. That's just the way, yeah, they are, that is their, what did you call it? Operational procedure. They were not allowed to send anybody for somebody else. You can't. They weren't allowed to do that. So if you try to call 911 for somebody else, it's probably not going to go through. It's probably not going to go through. Hello, Shaw. Hi, Mrs. Gigi. So yeah, it's you know, it's 911 trying to protect themselves too. They would have, you know, people sent places that didn't really need to be sent, you know, so they want to make sure that the person who needs assistance is calling for themselves so that they, you know, they are liable for if they really didn't need assistance, I think is what it is. It's, you know, it's one of those things. It's one of those things. My cousin was fit to be tied though. She couldn't believe it. There's got to be a happy medium, but that's just the way it is. This is a very dirty stencil. I have been using it quite a bit. All right. So I need to clean that up. I need to put it in a place that I can remember to clean that as well. All righty. So let's get these signatures out of the way. I've got that piece of paper. I've got 2 of these now, so I have plenty of paper to cover the inside of my book cover. Yay! All right, and I'm going to put this to the side. All right, now that my hands are horrible, and I was supposed to be... So I don't know. I don't know. You know, if you're talking to somebody on the phone and they have a heart attack or something, I don't know. I don't know if that's, I don't know. It's like we got to talking about it at Thanksgiving. It was unbelievable. It was one of those really kind of things. But anyway, it happened, and I don't know if they've changed things since then. It was a few years back that happened. All right. So I want to got my images, and I hardly have any room here because I've got all this paint from making the videos, the last 2 videos with acrylic paint. So let me scooch things over just a tad. So maybe I have a little bit of room. And that's dry, so I can put that away. And hopefully I can finish up some of these pages. Oh, see, and that makes sense. That makes sense, Lolly. That makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. And maybe it is case by case. My cousin probably said that my aunt was there, so they would rather have my aunt call instead of maybe he just knocked himself out. I don't know. You know, who knows? Who knows what the circumstances were? Anyway, so I can't believe how much more thick the pages are getting. And I did work on the pages just a little bit. So let me see if I can find some pages that need some images. And I've got some images here to add. And when I get it all finished and sewn back together again, I will do a flip through. This is the first art journal that I ever did that I enjoyed the process and had a great time with, and I really felt like all of a sudden I was an art journaler. Tilda. Let me go back here. I don't know what county it is. Let's see. I think there was a question. I'm trying to find a question. Well, welcome, Shawcraft. It is nice that you are watching. Oh, Mrs. Gigi, you had something similar to that happen. Okay, so I thought there was a question. But I don't see any questions. Someone... Thank you for subscribing. I really do appreciate all my subscribers. Let me put the thing back up. I thought I saw somebody trying to ask a question, and I don't see it now. If you did try to ask a question, if you put it in all caps, see, here's a page that needs it. When I glance over and I see all caps, I know that you are trying to get my attention, and I will be more likely to be able to see it. So caps is the way to go to ask questions. And I do like to answer questions and that kind of thing. I really appreciate all those subscribers out there. Thanks so much. All your thumbs up are fabulous. It gives me an idea of the kinds of things that interest you and that you'd like to see more of. So I'm not finding, I need an image for over here. Ooh. I like that, but it's too similar in color and it kind of gets lost on this background. You found your style? Thank you, Shaw. What's your name? Poor Lolly. Poor Lolly. Oh, I didn't mean to traumatize you with that story. But my cousin was a little traumatized. Everything turned out okay. It was a pretty bad. My uncle fell down the stairs, hit himself pretty bad. He knocked himself out. But he was fine. No major anything happened, so. And maybe that's what 911 was trying to make sure of, is that they were really needed to, because it's a hike to get to that area. Little windy back roads. So I think they were just trying to make sure. I don't know. I am not seeing any light. I need a light image for this because the background is so dark. You're going to lose just about anything. And so I'm kind of looking, and I don't want more figures because I already have these over here. And that's too big. It's a whole bunch of fussy cut images. I'm trying to do a video for Patreon, and I put a bunch of images together to do that, and then something happened and I wasn't able to finish the video. So I'm going to try that again. I am not seeing anything for this page. Let's It's too big also. I'm not seeing anything. That could be it. Yes, this is a workshop that I am working on, and I did spend, this was last month. I spent a good week in the evenings just fussy cutting images out. Yeah, most of them, not all of them, but most of them are fussy cut images. And my fingers, my hands were kind of sore at the end. The scissors just rubbing against my hands all in the same place for such a long period of time. I don't think I want to do that again. But now I've got all of these to try to do something with. And with all of these images, here's another car. I've got a car thing going on. I got a car magazine is what it is. And they've got really cool cars in there. And these are really kind of cool in collages. So I have been collecting cars. I guess what I need to do is a page of cars in my scavenger hunt book. I've probably got more than enough for a whole page. And they're pretty cool cars, too. That is such a good idea. I think I need some more categories for my scavenger hunt book. See, here's another one. And that's a good idea. I like this idea. I am not seeing anything that I can put on this page. That might work, but like I said, I don't want another figure. Here's another car. Don't want another figure. I want something else. I just don't know. And here's another car. I got. You think fussy cutting is relaxing? But that's pure gold. Yeah, I was desperate for some images, and I wanted to just sit and fussy cut the images so I had them when I was going to do a project here. That's kind of cool. And I still have not done the video that goes with them because I didn't want to waste time in the video fussy cutting. That takes a lot of, here's another car, takes a lot of time. So I wanted to make the video short, and so I decided I wanted a lot of options to be able to make some collages with. And this is what I ended up with. Here's a race car. And there's a ton of cars in here. Oh, look at that giraffe. Ah, he's too big. I wouldn't want to cut off on any of his bits. He's too big for this page. Oh, look at the horse. I like the horse. This is a pretty busy page. It doesn't seem like anything that I put on it can be seen. It is going to be a difficult page to deal with. So maybe what I need... Hello, Elaine. Fussy cutting is good for the brain? I don't know. It might be. I don't think I benefited from any of this. There's a lot of images in here. This was a very long time. I spent a very long time fussy cutting images, and I don't see any that I like. Uh-oh, see, and that's why I don't like fussy cutting too many images at one time. They start getting bent, they start getting caught up on each other, and they can rip when you're going through them like this. That's kind of cool. You can kind of see that. And here's a horse that I could put behind there. You can kind of see him. I like my little bubble wrap painted thing. I like the purple. I want something that'll go with purple. Ooh. I like the purple. Look at the purple. I don't have enough purple. So if you're looking for the fussy cut video, fussy cutting and options in fussy cutting, you don't have to do a detailed fussy cut. You can leave a little bit of a border, and I do go through. Oh, here's a girl in purple. Can we see her? No, not really. Nope, I got excited for nothing. Never mind. You can see some of the options for fussy cutting. It is in my playlist, Basic Collage. I think it's Basic Collage. It's part of the Collage series. Okay, I am not seeing anything. And I don't know if I really want a bottle of aspirin on my page. I am not seeing anything, and I'm wasting too much time looking for something. I'm almost at the bottom of my bucket here. I'm at the bottom of the bucket. How about see, yeah, I'm going to have to come up with something real special for that page. It is definitely a little bit of a problem child. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. All right, so let's go to another page that needs something. Thank you, Vicki. Was it easy to find? What's the playlist called? I can't remember now. She would be cool. But I don't like her with the chair. I think I need to use her on something. Let's see if I can find a page that she would look good on. Maybe that's the way I need to go. Sorry, got distracted here. Ooh, that looks good. Ballerina looks like she's balancing on the grapefruit. I kind of like that. I like the colors together mostly. And that's almost too big. But if I put it that way, it would work. Kind of gets lost though, doesn't it? It kind of gets lost. Let's see here. Oops. My ants don't like the cold. They kind of went away for a little bit. I don't like that. Maybe the kitty. Kitty looks like he's looking at the ballerina. I like that. But the kitty looks like it's floating in midair, so I need to put something underneath the kitty. What could I put underneath Mr. Kitty here? Maybe some washi tape. I like this idea. All right, I'm not going to overthink this. Let me get my gluing magazine out. Let me put back these and get them out of my way so I have more room. Find some glue. Here's the glue. I am going to glue that grapefruit down just because I like the way the colors go together. And she looks like she's balancing on that grapefruit. And burnish it down really well. And then glue in the cat. How much time do I have? Plenty of time. Plenty of time to fiddle. And I want him to be looking at ballerina. And let's see what a little bit of this really thick washi tape looks like. I kind of like it, so let me just cut off a piece. I'm going to add some more glue because we don't trust washi tape entirely. Not entirely. Some of it's okay, but it never hurts to add a little bit of glue. And it's over the edge, so I'll have to trim it later. I like that. And, sorry, getting hung up with the mic cord. I kind of want some of this washi tape over on the other side. I like the way this page has a little cut out of it. And IJL, I like the way she peeks through from the other page. And I'm thinking that maybe I should do that over here too. Maybe I could use a little bit of washi tape and put something over there. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. You know what happens when I just do it? Most of the time I don't like it. I'm going to live with it because I really want this book done. I've got quite a few junk journals started, or art journals started, and I just need to finish some stuff up is what I really need to do. Let's see, where can I put this little bit? It's got glue on it already. I kind of like that. And cut off the little bit that overlaps there. All right. Moving on. I was looking for a page to put this flamenco dancer. That's what I was doing. And here's another purple page. What do we think? Kind of boring, isn't it? Kind of boring. don't know what I need. That's too big. Let's find a page for that flamenco dancer, because that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. And I need to find a little body to go with this kitty cat head. So I had saved, this is how I saved some of my images. I was saving figures and heads, different kinds of heads and different figures in different sizes for a project. Sorry, didn't mean to shift everything. So let me see if I can find a little figure. Needs to be pretty small. It needs to be real small. Do I have anything that's small in here? I may not. Maybe just some feet. Some feet with a cat head. Bye, Lotta. So glad that you spent some time. Come back again. I kind of like that. I don't know why. It's a little odd, but if you look at the whole page, they are, hi Anna. Hi Franna. It looks like these guys are, of course it's a little odd. I like the legs too. It's newspaper though, it's not glossy. Maybe I should find some other legs. But so far I kind of like that. Let me see what else I've got in this little basket area. Ooh, there's a nice little figure. Let me come back to that. Let me come back to that. That's a little odd. More heads. These guys are way too big. Way too big. There's just a dress. I'm going to have to start collecting some smaller figures, I think. Ooh. Ooh. Here's an idea. Too much, it makes me go crazy too. But I need to have options. I do better if I've got options. Now, this guy might be kind of cool with the kitty cat head. Where's the kitty cat head? What do we think of him? Yeah, I like the bust too. I'll put him aside because I am thinking maybe that's the way I should go. These are just way too big. I can't even consider them. Here's some feet. They're just way too big. Here's a small figure. I will keep that to the side. Here's a little trench coat that might work too. Here's some more feet. I think they're too big though. Yeah, I think they're too big. And then these are way too big, huge, too big, too big. Oh, that one might work. Let's just get the ones that might work out here and then choose from those. Now, I kind of like that, but I don't like that, whatever that is in front of it. I'm not sure. I'm going to put it to the side. It might work. It might not. These are too big. Oh, here's some. I don't think so. I have got quite a bit of stuff in here. I kind of collected this when I was fussy cutting. I just put this stuff to the side because I knew I wanted heads and figures to put together for another workshop. Oh, look at that one. Look at that face. Just love that. Sorry, too big. Can't use it. Stop looking at stuff you can't use. All right, so these are all things that are too large for my little tiny book. So let me pop them back into this envelope and look at the things that I can use. Let's not destroy anything, getting it back in the envelope. All right, so where's my head? Here's the head. And now that one looks kind of cool. You can see that. I like the size of that on the page. I do like that one. The trench coat is kind of funny, but I think I like the legs better. Let's see this one. Actually I could cut both of them out and find another kitty cat face to put on. That might work as well. Don't know if I love that one. Here's just a dress. And I don't like it that it doesn't have arms, so I don't like that one. This one's pink. I like the way it looks, but I don't like the pink with the green. Reject. And then, oh, what about the fancy dress? So let me, oh, and then I've got this one too, which is also pink. Don't like that. And this one that's got the funny something in front of it. I love that pose. Look at that. I really like that one. So let me go ahead and fussy cut these out so I can get a better look at them. give myself a better idea of what the final page would look like. Okay. And those little fingers are a little tedious here. And I'm going to cut out her head because she's got a really cool head. Just in case she doesn't work out, then I don't have a headless figure here. It gives me more options. I can always take the head off, but if I take the head off, I'll lose the head and the figure. They won't be together anymore. Forever separated. Never to find each other because I've got too much stuff and they'll get lost. Okay. So there's that one. Let me go ahead and just fussy cut out all of them at one time, and then I can compare them. Sorry, not looking at chat for just a minute. So I can get all three of these cut out. Okay. The more you fussy cut, the faster you get, the less you're concerned about being extremely accurate. It just takes practice. Practice makes perfect, right? All right, and I'm going to leave the space between the legs. All right, so let's take a look here. Oh, maybe I should do this one too. Get all that nonsense away from this figure. Don't know what they're advertising, but boy, oh boy, is that a lot of stuff. So I wanted to remind everybody that the sketchbook project, its little mobile unit, is on the road. It was in Miami last weekend, and it will be in St. Pete at the Saturday market this coming Saturday. If you get a chance to go see it, it really is something to see. It really is. It's really cool. A lot of neat sketchbooks, all kinds of different styles. You get to check them out. It's like a library. And you can handle them and look at them page per page. I took pictures of some of them when I saw it last. But it's fun. It's really kind of cool to see the little car thing that they've got that carries all the books around, and they've got shelves of books that travel with it. It really is kind of cool. All right. I don't know if I like his arm cut off that way. It looks a little strange. You might have to cut the whole thing off so it doesn't look like a stump. And let's get the legs cut out because we like the legs too. So if you get a chance, it is the Sketchbook Project Mobile is at St. Petersburg, Florida at the Saturday market. I am not going to be able to cut out those little hills. I should have left a little bit of the background. Too late now. From 11 to 3. It is. It's a lot of fun. It's worth seeing. All right. So I just wanted to put that out there. Anybody interested might want to go see it. There is an Ornament at the museum. What's that museum called? Okay, so here's this one. I don't like that. Let me put it over just a little bit. Not real fond of that one. Here's the feet. You don't think you can make it? Hi, Roesta. You live in the Netherlands. Aww. Well, the Tiny Sketchbook Project is going overseas next year. I don't know exactly where. I do like that one. I have to do something with that bit right there. And what does MFA stand for? I like this one. I'm liking this one the best, even though it's got that orange bit. Oh, I like that one too. And it doesn't have an orange bit, so I'm kind of thinking this one seems like it's the right height because the people are kind of looking this direction. I kind of like that one the best. And the last one is too tall. I guess I could curve him just a little bit that way. So he would fit. But Museum of Fine Arts. Museum of Fine Arts in St. Petersburg has a Ornament. So if you are in the area, you might want to pop by there and go get yourself a piece of art for $5. It's a lot of fun. I don't like that one. I'm not fond of that one. So I'm leaning towards this one. I am leaning towards this one. What is your opinion, everyone? I'm torn because this one looks pretty good too. The only reason I'm kind of thinking against this one is that bit of orange on her dress. I don't know how to disguise that. I guess I could put words in front of it. You like the girl with the dress, this one? It's between these two. It's either the dress or the suit. I like either one of these two. They seem to be the right height. You have the dress with blue. I didn't like the way that looked. I didn't like the way it looked. Get it focused. There we go. I'm not, I don't love it. I could give her, hi Jackie, I could give her a purse to cover up the orange. I could put words over it, but it's quite a lot of stuff. And the figure itself is so small, I'm afraid you'll lose the effect of the dress. Let me think here. Do I have... Cat with boobs doesn't work? Why not? Why not? Oh, I have another one. Some other things in it. She's too tall. I don't really like that. I don't see anything else in here. Another couple of cars. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything in here. All right. It's going to have to be one of those. I have to make a decision. It does look like a cape. I was thinking that too. So I think that's why I'm kind of leaning towards the suit. But I guess she could have a cape on as well. Let me find, where are my words? Where are, or the legs. I forgot to put the legs up there as an option. What do we think about the legs? Malia, you like the legs? All right. You guys are funny. So do we have a tie? Okay. Okay. Put your votes in. You can only vote once. You can only vote once. Suit, dress, legs. Suit, dress, legs. Oh, I bet I could touch up the dress with some metallic paint. Okay. Dress, dress, dress. I'm going to have to write these down. You guys are voting too fast. Suit, suit. Do I have a piece of paper that I can write down? Write down the numbers here. So I'm seeing suit, suit, suit. All right. So for suit, we have, okay, that's enough voting. Enough voting. Let's see. I see 7 for the suit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the dress. And the legs? No one likes the legs. One for the legs. One legs. One legs. Poor little legs. So it's the suit, which will take less to fix up. All right, let's do the suit. Put these guys back over here. Well, let's figure out, do I want the feet on there, or you love the legs? Oh, do I want the feet? I'm looking in the camera to see if I want the feet. Do I want to cut the feet off? It really looks like a cape that way too. Hi, Diane. I think I'm going to leave the feet because it kind of raises up the figure just a little bit. You accidentally found me? How do you accidentally find me? That must be an interesting story. Let me put these other figures back in that envelope so that I can find them when I do that project. Try to keep a little organized here, and let's not get everything falling down. Pop those back in the envelope. All right. So there's a little bit of white here that's driving me crazy. So let me kind of shape it a little bit, make it look right. I'm going to put some glue on it and glue it down. How did you accidentally find me? No. Did you get lost? Poor Kathleen went into airplane mode. Gotta hate it when your things do funny things and you don't realize what's going on. Happens to me more than I should admit. All right, so let's put. I'm gonna put his head. I'm gonna tilt his head a little bit that way. Yeah, I like it. So I get 2 Dianes sub to me today. Yay, Dianes! That's fabulous. Thank you so much. You hit YouTube Live and I just came up. Well, that's interesting. Okay, so we've got Mr. Kitty, Miss Kitty, Kitty in a suit. We've got the kitty. We've got the kitty. I think I need to do some more on this page, but I'm still looking for a place to put this flamenco dancer. So let's see if I can move it along a little bit because I didn't get enough done today. I got some done though. Some stuff done. Uh-oh. The sheepies are looking. Yes, Margaret? The bell, I don't see a bell on mine because I'm doing the streaming. And I think they might have moved the bell. Where did they move the bell? Is it in the upper right-hand corner? They keep moving stuff and it irritates me. We won't go there. I get too easily irritated. Don't like that. I don't, and this one needs an image too. I'm not seeing anything right off the top of my basket here. I could do a manatee. Oh, see, here's another car. I tell you, I need to do a whole page of cars. Oh, it's next to the subscribe button. Yay. Thank you so much for those new subscribers. I want to say thank you. I haven't had a chance to officially welcome and thank my new Patreon people, but I do appreciate you newbies. And I will be getting videos up on Patreon this week, I'm hoping, if not this next week. I've got a couple videos. I haven't done them yet, but I'm hoping I can do a few. Oh, let's see, here's another car. I am overload in cars. You can see that one much better. Patreon is, if you Google Patreon, you can go over to Patreon. Patreon is a place that helps artists get supported by patrons. You pledge amount of money every month, and what I give in return is exclusive videos, and I offer things for sale to patrons first, so you get first dibs on things that I put up for sale. I like the owl. It's a way to support artists. I'm gonna do a separate video for a tour of my craft space. I'm gonna do it this week. I'm gonna do it probably tomorrow. Because I have to be able to. I need a space to be able to walk while I'm holding a camera, because I will trip over everything in here. So I need to move things out of my way before I can do that video. If I can't see where I'm walking, it's not gonna be pretty. I'll tell you that right now. It won't be pretty. It's gonna be a separate video. And then I hope to start organizing my room so that I like this guy. I don't necessarily like the dangly parts. I mean, I'm not against them, but don't really need the dangly parts. How about another one of those? It'll be after the Christmas cards, right? I really do plan on doing Christmas cards tonight. Christmas cards tonight. Get them done, and then tomorrow I can do the craft tour. And I do have, you'll see in the craft tour also, that I have separated my images so that I can do a video on how I store stuff. I am still gathering and trying to... Here's the deal, guys. I've got way too many things and way too many ways to store my images, and it's taking me a while to organize it so it will be a video that can be watched and understood. It's a little scary, and you'll see in the tour just how scary it is. I was thinking that, but then you lose his legs. I need a little something smaller. Maybe something like that. Cover up his plums. Tilda, you're funny. I will do another FIBS page. I am planning a FIBS page. I've got some stuff that I want to use. I need to contact the person and make sure that they can or are notified in plenty of time so that they will be here. And I'm hoping to get another FIBS page done this month. Probably closer to Christmas. I kind of like that. Thank you, Diane. So, yeah, I will do the tour tomorrow. The tour is tomorrow. I don't want to scare anybody. I'm scared. But I don't need to... We could put this dog... We could put the dog on the house. You like that? You like the, what do you like better? The dog in the house? Or the statue with the eagle? Which one? The doghouse? I kind of like the doghouse too. So thank you to my new subscribers. I really do appreciate you newbies. Love to hear the newbies. Love to see new people in the chat. Like to get to know new people. So here's the doghouse. I kind of like the doghouse too. Can we see the doghouse with that? Or maybe I should put him on a different page. Where's that dark purple page? Where was that? Maybe this white would be better. I could put the doghouse with this one, and then the David and the bird on the other one. And then I'm using them both. And I'm getting 2 pages done. And I just decided that's what I'm going to do. Let me just put these here so I remember to glue them in and find wherever that was and put these guys in there so I will remember to glue them in. And it's time. Thank you all for spending some time with me, chatting with me, and yelling at me for not getting my cards done because I was a very bad girl. I need to do my Christmas cards, and I will do it tonight. So I will do the studio tour. It sounds so official. I don't usually call it. It does become a doghouse. I don't usually call it a studio. It's my workspace. It's my disorganized mess at the moment. I won't clean up too much so you can see how bad it really is, but I will have to clean up a spot so I can actually walk through it. And I can show you my madness, and it will shame myself so that I organize it enough so that I can actually get stuff done. I do kind of like him. So, thanks for spending time with me and chatting with me and keeping me on track. And I wish I had gotten a little bit more done, but I do have some new papers that I can put in the center of this book now, and they look really like the original papers. Look how cool they are. They're going to be great for putting in here. They are going to be perfect. And I do think I'm going to put a pocket in there. I love it. Thanks for everything, you guys. You guys just keep me on track. And sorry I didn't really show you a lot of new stuff, but I need to get some things done before the end of the year. I will see you on Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern time. I'm going to get something to eat, and then I will, it's not back to making cards. I need to start the cards. I'm going to finish them. I don't have that many to do. I'm going to finish them tonight. I care. Shaw, you're in St. Petersburg? You know, we do have some meet and greets in person. I'm in Lakeland, and the next meet and greet is January 19th. So maybe you can come by and chat with us in person. All right. I will do my videos and get some more of the art journaling videos out this week and Patreon videos out. I've got a ton of things to do. It's never boring around here. So thanks, everyone. Thanks, everyone. I will see you later. Bye.